Welcome to the On Deck Podcast presented by LineStar, your top MLB player prop bets for today, plus our home run calls of the day. Alongside my co-host Tyler Wiemann, I'm Shannon Sommerville. We've got some great prop bets for you. Plus, Tyler is on a heater right now with his home run calls, going for 3 in a row here with his home run calls. Yesterday, Heliot Ramos delivered with a bomb at Wrigley Field. You know what, Tyler? And I had Shohei Ohtani instead of Kyle Schwarber, who I had taken over 1.5 bases, which cashed for us yesterday. I just should have gone with the Schwarber bomb, which I said when I was giving out that prop. I said he's more than likely going to have a bomb because we can all trust Kyle Schwarber in the month of June. So, you know, I should have gone that
Ryan
way. But hey,
go with Schwarber, so we still gave
the
people some money.
Yeah,
and
just giving the people some money here. 1-1 on our overall main props, but we were 2-1 on the prop picks that we gave out. Yours cash, though. We've still been doing well on our props the last 2 shows. We are 7-2, so still giving out some money. We just got to get this winning ticket together so we can give out some money here on the show, too, and sit off the money gun. So I think today is the day. It's National Fishing Day, Tyler, so let's go fishing for some props. But before we do, I have to ask you if you know about this Grimace trend with the New York Mets. It's one of my favorite storylines right now. So basically, Grimace, if you don't know who Grimace is, it is the mascot, I guess, for McDonald's. And it's that purple blob. I actually had to look it up because I had no idea like what it actually was. It just says it's a purple spherical furry McDonald's mascot. That is according to the good old internet. And it first was introduced in 1971 as like an evil Grimace, and it was more of a villain that stole milkshakes. But over time, he became friendlier, more playful. He threw out the first pitch of the Mets game, and since that, the Mets are 6-0, so has been a good luck charm for them. You hate it, though? Why do you hate it?
Because it happened right before the Padres series, and they swept us.
Makes sense, then. Makes sense. So, yep. I can see why you might not like that, and but it is kind of entertaining.
I'm not a fan of the Mets, and they swept.
Not a fan of Grimace. No milkshakes for you then from McDonald's, but you know what? We're gonna find some prop bets.
It's always broken anyways.
You're more of an In-N-Out guy, I feel like, being from the West Coast, probably. Just a guess.
Yeah, but I haven't had In-N-Out up here because there's only like one, and it's like 40
and the line is
away.
long.
So the only time I have it is when I come down and I'm at the office, which obviously hasn't happened that much over the last year.
Well, we got to get down here, get you a milkshake so we can hopefully the Mets will lose a couple games and we'll stop talking about Grimace some more so it doesn't bring up any sore subject for you with those Padres. But we've got some good props for you guys today, as always. If you can do us a huge favor right now, before we get into our props, go ahead and like this video, subscribe to our channel, and comment below. A comment enters you into our prop bets contest every day on the show. If we go 2-0 on our main prop picks, one randomly selected commenter will win $50, and we'll announce that on tomorrow's show. We've been so close. I feel like we've been doing well. We just got to line it up, align our wins here on the show on our ticket. Our picks are available on Underdog Fantasy, PrizePicks Sleeper, CHALKBOARD, ParlayPlay. Links to that are below, and use the promo code LineStar to get a nice deposit match. So again, links in the deals are below, so take advantage of that. And the tool that we're using is the Props AI tool, which has helped us tremendously. Also, our MLB Dinger Report tool is pretty cool as well. You can all find that all in the LineStar app right now at linestarapp.com. Now let's get into today's slate of games for today. We do have some nice weather across the board. Now, yesterday was like the best weather I've seen in quite a while for home run calls, so I'm glad you got your home run call right. Shohei did not hit a bomb for me, but hey, it is what it is. Let's hit some props. Tyler, where are you headed for a prop bet today?
I'm going to go with Tanner Houck over 4.5 Ks at -135 in sportsbooks. Our LineStar projections all the way up at 6.9. The consensus is 4.9. He has been over in 79% of his starts this year. He is better away from Fenway. This game is in Toronto. He has a 32% K rate versus Toronto. However, it is a very small sample size of only like 28 at-bats, but he has been definitely striking those guys out, and he's efficient enough to work deep into the game. I think he can get it. Even though the Blue Jays don't strike out very much, he has been over in 3 of 4 versus them.
Yeah, and Boston in general has actually looked pretty good recently, so I kind of like that bet there as well. And their pitching staff has looked good. I know because the Yankees just lost to him the other night, so hey. All right, for my prop bet, I'm actually going, Tyler, to your home run call yesterday. Heliot Ramos over 1.5 bases. LineStar's projection for Ramos is 2.3. He's been over 7 of the last 10 games, over 56% of the time this season. And we're looking at a righty bat with a 1031 slugging to left-handed pitching. A 387 average in June. He's homered in 3 of the last 4 games, on an absolute tear right now. And he's going up against Chicago Cubs righty Justin Steele. He's a good pitcher, but does have slightly worse splits at home and worse splits to righty bats. Also, the Chicago bullpen, 26 to righty bats, and you're looking at Ramos, who's top 10% exit velocity and barreled balls versus lefties over the last 2 weeks. And you're also looking at Wrigley Field, some hitter-friendly conditions there. We've got wind blowing out to left in this one, so I think the conditions are right for maybe even another Ramos bomb. Does he do it again? I don't know, but I like the odds for over 1.5 bases. What do you think today for Ramos? I know we were talking a little bit about Justin Steele. Yeah.
I almost went back to Ramos today for my home run call.
Not a bad bet.
Double or nothing. But I backed off a little bit because his odds were down into the 300s versus yesterday in the 400s. And so I was like, yeah, you know what?
Yeah.
I don't need to go there 2 days in a row. But it is an interesting spot. He crushes right-handed pitching.
Yeah.
Steele, however, has been getting better as the year's gone on. So
yeah, that is something that you pointed out to me. Most of those home games are from earlier in the season, so the home and away splits, it's still kind of like a small sample size for us to extrapolate from. But I'm just basically banking on the hot bat right now of Ramos. He's been on a heater right now, so we're just gonna go over 1.5 bases. How about a bonus for us, Tyler? Anything stand out to you?
Yeah, let's go with Luis Severino over 1.5 walks at -125. He has been walking a ton of batters. He's over in 69% of games. Our LineStar projections 2.6, consensus 1.8. He's walking 3.3 batters per 9, and Texas is top 10 in walks taken. So I like the spot for over on Severino's walks.
All right, for my bonus pick, I'm going to Kyle Schwarber. I took him yesterday over 1.5 bases. He cashed with a home run early on, too, so we didn't have to sweat it out or anything. Love when they can do that. Schwarber today, LineStar's projecting for 2 bases. He's been over 6 of the last 10. This is a top 10% hitter versus righties, and today he's facing Tyler's Padres and their righty, Michael King, who has a pretty high home run per 9 rate this season. It actually ranks 10th highest among qualified pitchers at 1.41. And Schwarber's actually 2 for 4 against him, so I still like the odds here for another Schwarbomb. Top 5% exit velocity and barreled balls over the last 2 weeks. Schwarber's just been seeing the ball and just crushing it. 86 degrees, 10-mile-an-hour winds out to center in Philadelphia. Also, Schwarber likely batting first tonight, so love his spot for tonight. Over 1.5 bases for us. Also, another one that I looked at, that this is kind of gross that I'm even endorsing a line that's 2.5 hits, runs, and RBI, but it's actually maybe not as bad of a bet as you think. Freddie Freeman today, he's been on an absolute tear, so maybe consider this one. I know it sounds crazy. 2.5 hits, runs, and RBIs is pretty insane, especially when you consider the fact that Freddie Freeman's really only gone over this 32% of the time. So why do I like it so much this for today? Well, LineStar's projection also likes it, 3.2. And Freeman's got a 435 average, 1306 OPS over the last 7 days with 2 home runs in that span. I love his matchup for today, specifically against Colorado lefty Austin Gomber, who he's 6 for 11 against with 2 home runs. Gomber ranks 214th against lefty bats, and he's giving up a 1.55 home run per 9 rate. That's 8th highest among all pitchers, minimum 60 innings pitched. The Colorado bullpen, furthermore, ranks 21st versus lefties, and the Dodgers as a team are top 3 in runs, RBIs, most of the hitting categories. You're looking at Freddie Freeman, who's in a lineup right by Shohei. Shohei led off last night, so he's not directly behind him, but I mean, that lineup in general is very lethal, especially at the hitter-friendly venue of Coors Field. And so I got to go there for Freddie Freeman, my man. I think he could have a bomb tonight. Not a bad bet there. But against Austin Gomber, who's been giving up a ton of power. especially to lefty bats. Might be a good decision there. The conditions at Coors Field for tonight aren't as hitter friendly as they were yesterday. We had wind blowing out yesterday. I was actually a little surprised that the total of runs was under 10 yesterday for the Dodgers. That was a shocker to me. But the odds makers are pretty spot on. What was it? 12.5 was the line yesterday for that game, Colorado Dodgers. And I think it ended up at 13. I can't remember.
Something like that, yeah, because the
12
Rockies
or 13?
had a late surge in the ninth. I think it was 12. I think it was...
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. I don't have that off the top of my head. Either way, I know it sounds crazy for Freddie Freeman over 2.5 hits.
It was 14.
Oh, 14. Okay, so it might not actually be that crazy. See, that's what they did last night. Now, the wind isn't blowing out the way it was last night, but I still like it here. And against a pitcher who has struggled at containing the long ball. Gotta like it there. So you can tail us if you would like. Again, for our main picks, you got to enter into our contest. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, comment below. You're in it to win it. For today's bets, we're going Tanner Houck over 4.5 Ks, and we've got Heliot Ramos over 1.5 bases. You can tail us on Underdog Fantasy, Sleeper, Chalkboard, ParlayPlay. Links to those are below. So if you don't have it yet, make sure to use the promo code LineStar so you can get a nice deposit match there as well. Now it's time for home run calls of the day. Tyler, you are on a heater with your home run calls. So where are you headed today to try to make it 3 in a row?
My apologies to all the Braves fans out there, but I'm going with Riley Greene plus 425 to hit a bomb. It's hot Atlanta. The winds aren't blowing out today, but it is very warm still, and Riley Greene is on absolute fire. 328 average, 328 ISO, 5 home runs in the last 20 games. And then Schwarber is allowing 44% hard contact, allowing a 244 ISO to left-handed bats. And Atlanta bullpen hasn't been great to left-handed bats this year. So I like Riley Greene to hit a bomb.
All right, let's make it 3 in a row. For my pick, I'm going to the Dodgers and the bat of Teoscar Hernandez, plus 265 for a home run tonight. He's got 17 home runs on the year, which ranks 8th in Major League Baseball, and a 365 ISO versus left-handed pitching. Remember that stat measures raw power? Well, that's the second highest ISO of any batter on tonight's main slate versus the pitcher's handedness they're facing, behind only Aaron Judge. Also going up against Colorado lefty Austin Gomber, who has a 1.55 home run per 9 rate. That is 8th highest among all pitchers, minimum 60 innings pitched. In fact, 8 of the 12 home runs Gomber's given up this year have come against righty bats. So I like Teoscar Hernandez's spot for today, especially when you consider the bullpen hasn't been great either for Colorado. They have the 7th highest home run per 9 rate in baseball. And of course, this game is at Coors Field, the most hitter-friendly venue in the country. Teoscar Hernandez, I know he's been cold lately, but tonight I think he delivers a bomb and we start to see that power again from his bat in the lineup. So Teoscar Hernandez plus 265, not bad for me. I also kind of like the Dodgers tonight from a stacking perspective, but I'm curious, Tyler, because this is always an interesting position when you talk about these hitter-friendly venues. They're also a very popular one for DFS players and trying to stack them, but sometimes the move is to fade. So is it a situation where you're in on this game, or are you out?
I'm a little mixed about it. I think Colorado is going under-owned, but the big thing here to remind people, in my eyes, is the weather situation is nowhere near as good as it was yesterday in Colorado. Yesterday it was pushing 90 degrees, had wind blowing out. Today is more of a cross-field wind, and it's like 70 degrees. So it's definitely not as an explosive spot, but it is still warm weather and still, a nice day for baseball in that elevation. So it didn't definitely go nuts. But Colorado routinely goes under-owned Colorado. And I think what I'm going to do is I'll probably do small stacks of the Dodgers, stay away from the big ones, and push more Colorado stacks in than Dodger 4 or 5 man stacks.
All right. Well, make sure to check out Tyler's complete breakdown for all you DFS players out there that are looking for some lineup advice for today's slate. Make sure to check out his video. And again, if you haven't already by this point in the video, do us a huge favor. Like this video if you're enjoying our content. Subscribe to our channel. We've got tons of content coming your way, including much more best ball content as well. NFL season will be here before you know it. Already, Tyler, lots of Jets drama in the off season per usual. I don't like it as a Jets fan to be seeing all this stuff come out, but we got to tighten it up over
out there doing ayahuasca during
Who knows what he's doing? Come on. Let's get it together, guys. Can we do that?
Son Reddick just not showing up. Like, you guys are a mess.
It's a mess when you got to look at the Mets, and they've got the best storyline going on in New York right now with Grimace and their record. Sorry, Tyler.
Yankees are still playing really good. I wouldn't say the Mets.
I guess you're right. You're right about that. I'm still a little bitter over their series against Boston, but hey, you're right. They're back in today. Judge going up. They're going up against the Orioles, so that's an interesting game as well. I stayed away from it from a prop perspective because I'm not quite sure how that one might go over. I mean, the Yankees bats are always pretty decent, but so are the Orioles. So I'm a little nervous about it, to be honest with you, as I probably should be. All right, I can't even talk anymore. That's my cue to wrap it up here. Good luck in all of your prop betting for today. Happy National Fishing Day. Let's go win some money. Good luck out there.
Let's go.